Hey everybody, I'm Nick Griffin here, and welcome back to Convoy. We did a preview of this game a long time ago. Um, Basically, it was a Kickstarter that I backed, literally a while back. Um, and I honestly don't remember how to play, so we're going to jump into the tutorial. Welcome to the Convoy. In Convoy, your mission is to find and collect parts to repair your spaceship. These parts are scattered around the world. You have to explore to find them. You can also collect bolts and loot to upgrade your units. This is very important since there are a lot of enemies trying to get a piece of your cargo. This tutorial will start by learning the basics of combat. This is your MCV. Your convoy survival is the greatest importance. MCV must survive. MCV, this is your escort unit. Each vehicle has health and armor. It's not invincible. Cannot be controlled directly. It needs to be protected by smaller escort units. Fight back. Okay, so you can pause by pressing spacebar. Okay, so we aren't going to automatically move towards it. So attacking and moving are two separate commands. They will not move to do one or the other. Okay, so that means we really do have to micromanage a little bit of everything, which is fine. I don't have anything against that. It's just something that we have to be aware of, because I can definitely foresee that biting us in the butt. All right. Armor protects the unit's health by reducing an equal percentage of incoming damage. A unit would receive 10 damage and has 40% armor. It takes 6 damage. Some specialized weapons also damage armor. Notice how the Privateer's plasma gun damages your armor and health. These weapons are rare and provide significant tactical advantage. We are losing this fight. Fun. Your units can also ram enemies. Ramming damages both you and your target, however, can be very useful to push an enemy into a nasty position. Ramming is an extreme maneuver, as it damages both parties. It is never strictly required, and most people may not even want to scratch their own unit's paint. Just know that you can. Notice how units have a rank next to their health bar. 1, 2. A unit can push an enemy of equal rank or lower. That makes sense. I find it interesting because it didn't actually ram. Your MCV has an ability, but those need to be targeted manually. We have an EMP to stun the enemy. I said I will note that we are actually invulnerable here. We're not taking any damage. Our armor's gone though. The Privateer has been destroyed. For our next part, we will receive a new unit, some parts, and some items. The unit doesn't have any items equipped, so we'll need to go to a camp. This map shows you vital information, such as your resources. We have 100 bolts, 200 fuel, and 0 of our 2 quest items. The tracker shows the main objectives, side objectives, and points of interest. Your cargo bay is where our loot is stored. Okay. You know what, is there? I'm gonna have to find the settings and see, because obviously we could get a bigger. I think we're gonna have to do this perfectly, or do this later. Wow. I read pixel perfect, and my brain just decided to say perfect. Follow the arrow next to your convoy and drive to the camp. What? Oh, I see. In the camp, you can buy items from the shop. You can also upgrade and repair your convoy. Select vehicle. I see. Here we can view vehicle stats and weapons. You can also purchase upgrades for each stat to install new weapons, drag them from the cargo bay. Now return to the camp. So I'm pretty sure we can't put that there, and we can't put that there. Let's take it to the shop. Each shop has a combination of fuel units or items for sale. Click buy to purchase something. Go figure. Well, that's everything. So let's... Hey, look at that! The game actually exists. Alright, I guess we get started. And die. I do kind of wish that these graphics were a little bit better. Okay, so yeah, we have to start with this. So, you know, it's Thunder Chopper. Versatile vehicle capable of defending itself in any situation. Its only weakness is the lack of a utility mount. Not exactly sure what a utility mount actually is, but I have a feeling that it has to do with a specific type of weapon. MTV Blue Coffin. Armadillo is tough, medium logistics vehicle. It may not be the biggest load carrier, but it makes up with its decent armor. We have EMP. So basically we can have an enemy stunned half the time. And then our unit 2 is Fat Eagle. Bobcat solves the problem of original Mark II by sacrificing its weapon mount in favor of utility mounts. Ah, I see. Okay, so yellow is utility. We don't have anything there yet. Like, these each have a gun, but they don't have anything in their other slot. Welcome to Convoy. After enduring an unexpected solar flare, your spaceship was forced to make an emergency landing on the planet Omic Prime due to critical damage to its primary systems. The captain has ordered you to traverse the planet in search of replacement parts. Obtaining these will allow the spaceship to continue its mission. The captain wants you to collect the following parts and bring them to the spaceship. A blue R998X chip, a flux capacitor, of course, an omnidirectional booster, and a self-sealing stem bolts. Omic Prime's world filled with danger. 3 factions vie for control of the planet. They are the Privateers, the Raiders, and the Torvak. Managing to survive in this harsh world, where most arguments are settled with violence, is key to your success. Got an achievement for staying a while? What? Complete 20 scenarios. I haven't done that, so that's a bug. Can I... Okay. From behind some dunes, vehicles approach convoy. Let's intimidate them to back off. Let's try to outrun them. One of our vehicles is damaged. Oh, geez, the Thunder Chopper lost all of its armor. Okay. I see. Let's investigate. what is it transmitting? Aside from the occasional radio transmission, which causes you to find in the first place, you exhibit strong magnetic fields. It clearly has mass, easily discoverable when your engine tries to topple it. Without proper equipment to measure its mass, comics get answers that mass is higher than that of air. That doesn't really work. I think it means density. Seems to follow a precise ratio of 149. So we can't really do anything. We are running low on gas. Greetings. We are in the process of establishing a new checkpoint in these lands. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, we need to construct additional pylons. We can't spare the vehicles to transport the pylons ourselves, which is why we've hailed you. We will reveal the location of our pylon construction facility and allow you to work for us. Sure, I'll agree to help them. That is a long way away. Okay, inside the sun you find a variety of posters. After knowing them, they show you scenes in which a happy family and side by side two robotic figures. All of the posters are accompanied by different inspirational texts. There's nothing in the cylinder worthwhile. Did I mention that we are about to run out of fuel? Sure. Except we have a problem. I don't actually know how to solve this fuel issue. Convoy vehicles approaches you. The one in the front is sporting Skull and Bones flag. Seems a part of your raiding party. You hear them on the radio screaming, "Come on and get one in the yarbles." If you have any yarbles, you eunuch jelly, though. I want to stun you. All right. Okay, that is problematic. Hello, mine. So I like this as a concept, but the fact that it tracks targets. Oh, I didn't want you to ram. Why did you ram? Dang. That is really annoying. We got an item. At least we got some fuel. The only upside of the warband is that it moves quite slowly. Oh, this is bad. This one's gonna get destroyed. So yeah, we can't handle combat. God damn it. Okay. I already don't like the game. For two reasons. I'm going to lose right here. First off, like we're not equipped for this at all. Like this can't do damage. Yes, I made a mistake here and lost a vehicle, but it's just you just lost a vehicle. Bye. But I can't do anything about this. We have lost. There's a way that I can win, and it's if I can stun one of these guys to the point where they will die. So, yeah, I'm thus far not terribly impressed. So, I'm sticking with, this was easy also, by the way, I want to point out. $197 kilometers, 183 kilometers, 148 kilometers. So it sounds like we want to go towards that. So the problem here is we really need to be doing things, but I have no idea what I want to do. Cool, inspect the crystal. Okay, your engineers take a closer look at the crystal and conclude it could be used as a rather effective power source. It would take 15 parts to alter it user to use the crystal, but it would free up 20 fuel. Alternatively, you could simply salvage it for 25. I'm just gonna scrap it. Okay. Let's investigate. The flashing neon lights. Selvin show of surprises. You see large 23 doors numbered 1 to 3. Woman wearing a glittery suit. Next to the podium, you see 2 big turrets. Impressive looking weaponry. You suspect it could destroy your entire convoy with a single burst. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hand to our latest contenders. Well, we're going to die. This is wonderful. Welcome to Selvin show of surprises. You can compete for mere 50. Behind these doors is a brand new Keep a drone ready to join you in your adventures. Behind it, 2 goats. Sure. Fuck it. You've made the right choice in competing in Seven's show. Okay, let's pick door number 1. Let's switch, because... Really? Well, that was the best chance we had. You have a 2/3 chance of winning if you switch. If you don't know why, I would point you to... Oh, look, a camp. I hate you, game. Oh, this is just a scrapyard? Oh, no, shop. Medium plasma blaster. Does relatively little to health. Effective against armor. Chainsaw. Retractable weapon that adds extra damage to a ramming. No. Oh, we could have bought that, I see. Costs 10 to upgrade our range. This is our combat vehicle, so it needs to be good. So the problem here, you basically don't ever want to fight, is I think the problem, or the thing, unless you have really strong weapons. You arrive at the ghost town of Yakrut. Sandblasted buildings loom eerily over the dust-covered streets. The flourishing mining town must have been quickly abandoned when Earth started belching toxic fumes. You roll your windows up. Breathe dunk your junk. Greetings, my name is Tinkerton. Please call me Tink. My father is not here at the moment. May I help you? I'm looking for an omnidirectional booster. Ah, yes, I know the kind. I don't know if they can find in the junkyard, let alone where. Let me check things. Well, I'm quite the smith. Pretty sure I could tinker one easy peasy. Gather the raw materials. Cool. Bring me a good quantity of glaucodot ore. Okay. Well, Jesus. Well. The hyperdrive stabilizers. Let's just prepare for battle. This is just like a DPS check. Really, clearly, that is the correct way to handle this, is just you have to kill things like that. Okay, 14 fuel and a buzzsaw. Like, you want to stop in at stuff. You want to fight, but you want to win via those. We need to transport our mil spec. What is a mil spec? Alright. As you leave the Torvac checkpoint, one of the engineers seeks you. Excuse me, sir, but I think perhaps we shouldn't deliver this Torvac mil-spec thing. We could try selling it on the black market, or I could have a look at it myself. We can figure out. Have a look at it. Humanoid robotic figure. Attempt to shut it down. Okay, well, we got stuff. That's probably not going to make them happy. Also, what is this? Retractable weapon that adds extra damage to the ramming attack. Cool. The thing that I don't want to do. Protected large number of combat vehicles. They are adapting offense formation during you to approach them. Let's leave them be. Don't seem interested in pursuing our convoy. Cool. We still have 44 fuel. You arrive in a small decrepit hamlet. Assuming the information your crew member overheard is accurate, the tea house is here. Let's ask some locals. Come across the tramp stumbling in the street, loudly singing a song about a fair city where the girls are pretty. Man, this game is all references, isn't it? Let's ignore him. Brutally manhandle the tramp who cries out for help. Fight the attackers. You're doing the fight. They drop 28 scrap. Cool. Youthful looking man has been observing. He approaches you with a white smile. Looks like you've suffered tortures of the damned. What do you want? Any man who stands in the face of some old rough who stands in the face of some of the old rough and tumble and lives to ask questions, that's a different kettle of fish. My brew crew told me you lead that big convoy and are in need of a hyperdrive stabilizer. My name's Andy and I can help you. It's been a while since I've seen some lashings of old rough and tumble, which is where you come in. If you can provide me with the excitement and joy of combat, I'd be happy to give you a hyperdrive stabilizer. Sure. I consider somewhat of a lawmaker, so let's dish out some justice. Let us traverse these wicked wastelands and kill us some evildoers. Okay. And he follows you back to your convoy where he hops on happily and starts entering coordinates to your map. Where are we going? The Torvac checkpoint. In the nearby area is rumored to perform experiments on the local population. Whilst that isn't much of a shocker, they have recently abducted a relation of mine. Alright, so we have to travel forever away for these two. That one's all the way up there, and the sonic screws are all the way over there. So I think we're going to keep going for what we're doing here and head towards the hyperdrive stabilizer. It would be nice if they had explained, like, I can figure it out. Here, I'll get there in a second. Attack figure trudging through the sand. Approach the figure. As you approach, it's clear the figures of Torvac design and some sort of metal man. It must have sustained a lot of damage as most of its inner circuitry is exposed. A crackling voice emerged from its mouthpiece. I've come to help you with your problems. So we can be free. I'm the water man. Thank you very much. Destroy it. How can you help? Emits error, wrong response, rebooting query. So we can be free. The metal man jerks its limbs erratically as if trying to perform all the roles of a Morris dance by itself. I am not a hero. I have a feeling that this is a reference I don't know. But you will become one. No. You've got a secret. Cool. So if we had known the reference, or let's divert course. Locusts seem bad. What I was saying is, like, how light it is on the map. Promises life. Well, yeah, no, destroy it. The lighter it is, the harder it is to travel on, because this is a contour map. Evasive maneuvers. I mean, fighting back seems to be the correct answer. Damn. Fucking mines. Dang it. No, 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 no. Bad pathing. Bad pathing. I'm okay taking damage here. But we really need to repair. Is anybody attacking anything? Like, oh, is it because you're in the way? Yes, it is. That is another thing that would have been very important to know. Be stunned. I actually could have killed him if I had... Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, are you... I'm a little upset with that. Alright, we need to find a camp. Let's look for loot. Yeah, let's take it apart. I don't know what that even did, so. We must avoid the fight. It would have been nice to help, but alas. Seven DPS? I think maybe we just want to do that. $250 extra. What do you have for sale? Can I sell? Oh, we can buy fuel. I kind of need to buy fuel. Big Doug just has a chainsaw. Feels like a bad plan. Super heavy railgun. Wait, is this something that we can put on us? Yes, okay, right. Makes sense. Railgun. Oh god, reload 100 seconds, so you can use it once. Long range missile with small splash. I can't afford it, dang. Actually, this would be great, but... Now we can hypothetically win, even if everything is destroyed. It just won't go well. Yeah, I would say our handling is maxed, because we're literally in range or maxed. Okay, we can up our armor. Here's the thing. I really think what we want to do is upgrade the armor on these guys. It seems like a bad plan, but... And then I think we buy more fuel with our last bit. I don't know, it feels like the right plan. Okay, so after that first horrendous failure, it's getting better. You arrive at the Torvak checkpoint. Andy approaches you and says, "These cyborg freaks can't be trusted, but we can't just rush in and wipe them out. They've kidnapped a woman called Elizabeth, and her safety is of utmost importance." What's the plan? Options are to radio them and negotiate her release, or to feign ignorance and get them to attack us to weaken their forces. Let's negotiate her release. We're not going to be able to actually give them anything, so we're going to end up fighting, but... Does not welcome visitors. We suggest you leave. We're here for Elizabeth. Oh, right. I figured we were going to end up fight.
Yes, Captain? Yes.
This isn't going to work, is it? That worked beautifully. Okay. Are you guys gonna shoot at anything? Hell yes, we need to kill that. Oh my god, he didn't have a target selected. Our convoy is going to be destroyed. God damn it!
Yes, Captain.
Yes? Roger. Definitely. Roger. Going in.
Yes. What can I do? Definitely.
You need to go there, and you need to go there. Don't do anything too stupid, guys. Fucking mines.
Hey, burning rubber.
Yes?
Yeah, those double machine guns are really nice.
Let me out.
Alright, we find some stuff. Freeman out. A squad of murderous raiders has been active in the area. Sure, they're okay. So basically, it is jump through hoops the game. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that's what it is. Looking for parts. I'm not feeling particularly keen for a fight. Okay, we have ready weapons, we just fight. Okay, cool.
Roger.
Hey, burning rubber. Hey,
Holy crap, we're going to lose. Yeah, we've lost. Yeah. Alright, so that's another game over. So how does this work? I mean, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep trying some more and seeing if I can make this work. But my general feeling on the game thus far is that it doesn't have a good balance between when combat is good and when combat is bad. You need to engage in combat. Like, there are clearly events you can do that don't involve combat, and you definitely need to avoid multiple combats. Like, I think that the amount of resources you get from a combat would pay for the repairs for it. But when you hit multiple things like this, you have problems. Like, they had, like, this, the previous combat was insane. We survived, which was great. But it also, like, I don't know, they don't seem to they just seem to prioritize what's closest. So honestly, I think you just want to buy as many guys as you can, just to have around. Like, I honestly think that's just what you want to do. But we'll keep trying. Well, that's a bug. My initial... I don't remember how I initially reacted to it before. I think it probably speaks for itself that I don't remember how it was. And as it currently stands, I think the death things, like the interaction with the while you're driving things just being death, is actually bad. Like, I don't like it. I think overall it's been a tie for how many things have been lost on either side to those. But I think that in the grand scheme of things, obviously that's worse. Like, it needs to be a lot more on their side. And sure, there's a timing thing because I'm using the stun. But if you're not using that stun every single time it's off cooldown, you're just taking extraneous damage that you don't need to be taking. So saving it is not worth it, especially because those skulls are not predictable. And I think that's probably the biggest indictment of that mechanic, is that while they are, you know, quote unquote predictable, because they show up before they show up. It is not to the degree that the cooldown on our stun is. So, as I said, it's definitely something that I'm going to have to try a couple more times, see if I can get a better hang of it. I'm not terribly in love with the, oh, you went to complete this objective and now we're sending you 200 kilometers away. So, I have a feeling that, because we were running a little low on fuel there, and I have a feeling that fuel is going to be a really big issue in the future. But we'll see. Because obviously you need to get scrap. Like, you can't, if you just drive from one place to another and don't interact with anything else, you are going to fail. You can't buy enough fuel for it to work. So you have to engage. You have to try things. Thus far, the events that have been on the surface, I don't really know the best way to interact with those. Like, at all. So, like, in FTL, you get, like, this is FTL, but different. I mean, obviously that's true of anything that isn't the same game, but it's very similar to FTL in that you've got that ability to pause, to relocate. The pathing on vehicles sucks and I hate it, and I'm going to say that now. What it really needs to do is it really needs to draw a line, the line that it is intending to take, and it needs for them to solve things cooperatively. Like, when I tell, like, if I tell both of my vehicles to go to the same place, it should deny that. It should tell me no. It should be like, hey, you can't do this. You're not allowed to do this. It should prevent me from doing that. Basically, when you're in that pause screen, everything should be interacting with each other and you should be able to see it. Now, in FTL, it doesn't do that. Obviously, I realize that the feature that I am saying should exist doesn't exist in the other game, but FTL is much lower stakes if a person is in a bad spot. Like, you can send them to a room, and there's enough spots in the room that they'll get there. Chances are, obviously, if there's combat or a bunch of people on board, that could be incorrect. But chances are, that's how it's going to go. That is how it's going to be. So, it's not that big a deal. Also, getting different people onto ship systems is very, very simple and takes almost no time. But, there's a big but here. When it comes to combat in Convoy, where your people are located is amazingly important. And in fact, I honestly think that instead of ratcheting up armor, you want to ratchet up range. You want people to be able to shoot wherever, whenever. You can get shots on faster. You can be out of their range. I think that range on your offensive your offensive vehicles is incredibly important. Probably more important than anything else. Obviously, their health is important and armor and all that, but like everything is important. But I think range over handling is probably the way to go. As I said, there's definitely some trying that needs to happen. I didn't know we accomplished that. Maybe we did that the first time. I don't know. Travel 6,000 kilometers in a single run. Jesus. Win 35 enemies, 250 enemies total, 1,000 enemies total. Jackpot. Defeat the Torvac mini-boss. Yep. Raider mini-boss. Privateer mini-boss. Defeat Andy. Oh my. Well, that sounds bad. Kill an enemy without taking damage. Get a shot over a compression coil. Get shot over a compression coil. Spend 10,000 fuel total. Jesus. 10 consecutive battles with only the MCV in your convoy? Goodness gracious. That's dumb. No, that's just dumb. Why would you ever do that? Privateer mini-boss. Why is that in a different place? Wait, what? I guess there's two different privateer mini-bosses, or that text is wrong. Any side objectives or radio signals? Okay. Win combat without firing a shot. I will probably never do that. Defeat the boss without firing a shot? Why? Without using machine guns, cannon. Okay, so they just have achievements that are Screw you. That's fine. I don't have any particular interest in achievements anymore. This number is gonna get really big, methinks. But yeah, anyway. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back next time with more Convoy. I don't know how long this is actually going to legitimately last, but, you know, I guess we'll find out. I don't know. Either way, I'll see you next time, and until then, keep your gears turning.